Hey everyone, welcome back to the VR Roundtable channel. This is Steve, and today I am playing Theseus. Now, I am recording this on July 24th, and this game launches tomorrow. Available on the PlayStation Store for the PlayStation VR. I'm assuming it's in all markets, but I know for sure that it's coming out in North America. And Theseus is a game that was announced, I feel like maybe a month back, and when I first saw the announcement, I was pretty excited because I love all the God of War games, but I also like Greek and Roman history, and Theseus fits right into that Greek mythology slot. And this is a game to get excited for, based on the trailer and based on what I've seen. Now I'll go ahead and I've played a little bit, and I've just gotten my sword, so I won't show it to you from the very get-go. But it is a game that, kind of preface it while we're here on this loading screen. It is a game that a lot of people will probably have issues with, given that it is third person. As you can see here, you control Theseus, and it's completely third person. And a lot of people feel like, oh, VR has to have this first-person perspective. And, we talk about it a lot on the podcast. I'm sure I've talked about it in other Let's Plays. And me personally, I do not think that you need to have first-person perspective, because a game like this can be appreciated when you can still look around in this world. Now, graphically, I am playing on a PlayStation 4 Pro, and I have to assume that this is a Pro mode. If this is just running on base PS4 code, this is ultra impressive, but graphically it looks really nice. There is a lot going on, a lot of shadow, a lot of artwork, a lot of attention to details. This world feels very real. On the other hand, there are sometimes you'll see, maybe as I play, that the camera perspective changes a lot, and there are some jaggies when you see like some grass and some weeds and some other things. And looking at Theseus right now, he's a little soft, but still, I'm nitpicking because in the grand scheme of things, graphically, this game looks really nice. Now you move around like you would in any sort of traditional game, and there's a sprint button. But what you'll see, hopefully, and I don't know what's about to happen, is that the perspective changes. Like it's kind of like a separate camera angle. You have a dodge button, which I clearly just missed. And these, sorry, it's hard to talk and mash square at the same time. So it's the combat so far that I've seen is not super complex. This isn't going to be as deep as, say, a Dark Souls or something, but it still feels pretty good. And to kind of compare it to a game within VR, not so much on the PlayStation VR, but there is a game for the Oculus Rift that came out pretty close to launch, that is Chronos. And obviously this game has some parallel to that. However, I will say though that this game is darker. It's creepier. It's got more of a morbid tone to it, which I like. I think yep. So anytime I see these kind of inky black blood pools, I believe it's a battle. Oh, come on. The torch can be used to frighten. Sometimes I get too hungry, so you can wave the torch at them. Well, that didn't seem to frighten too much. There they go. Now, I haven't seen any kind of health meter, so I don't know what causes me to die. I have died a few times in a different segment. It wasn't necessarily combat. It's when I first ran into these guys and I didn't yet have my sword. There's a really cool sequence, though. All you have is this torch, and anyways, I'm not going to spoil it. You'll see when you play the game. Again. So narratively, this for a VR game, this has a pretty good narrative, I think. It's not as deep as, you know, again, a God of War game, but what's going on, and I won't deem it spoilery because, pardons for talking while trying to play, because it happens kind of in the very beginning. But basically, you keep waking up from dreams, and every time you die, you wake up, and almost in a Dark Souls fashion, you can find your old dead body. Although you have nothing to recover, no souls or anything like that. And you're trying to help this spirit person guide that's kind of leading you through this world, and ultimately you're trying to free them from the big minotaur that you've seen in the trailer for the game. So it's got there's the person you're trying to free. It speaks in a very spirity like voice. Now the game has a lot of platforming as well, so you have combat elements, you have platforming elements, so it's a good mixture. And I played for 35 minutes before even getting my sword. I don't know how long the play length is, so to me that indicates that this game could have some good length to it. And also, I don't know yet what the price is. I probably should have checked that, but that information also may not yet be available. The developer is Forge Replay, which is a company I've not heard of. So I guess kind of take that with a grain of salt. But still, graphically, I think they've created a very good looking PlayStation VR game, and more combat. Oh, come on, I hit the roll button. Well, some of it seems like it may be a little repetitive, and that you kind of have the same mode through 3 of them. Yay. Back, demons, back! I guess I can't. Yay. Getting ganged up on. Ah. So he kind of automatically is locking on. It got darker on me. Oh, that's how I know I'm about to die. I haven't noticed any sort of health meter, so they could give you a better indicator that you're going to die. And we have pure pitch black in this loading screen. And we're back here. So one of the coolest segments that I've seen, and you know, I never know because I'm playing this and recording this Let's Play as I'm experiencing it for the first time myself, but there have been some interactions that I've had with that giant minotaur, and the sense of scale was pretty damn cool. If you've played Rush of Blood, it reminds me of when in one of the first early levels of that game, when you first see the guy with the mask while you're on the roller coaster, and it's just this huge thing. See if I can take this guy out. Oh, really? 2 hits, huh? You have that timer. It looks like that's the time period that you got to sort of execute the death blow. Ah. They timed that one well. Dodge and dodge. Stab it in the head. If you are surrounded. Okay. So yeah, he's automatically locking on to some of the enemies, which is fine because I think I would rather him do that than just swing his sword in the air like he just did. Dodge because they're about to attack. Oh, come on. This guy jumped across the map. Alright. Die. I got greedy. Alright. Can I advance? So he automatically puts his sword away and I can't swing it or do anything right now. So it kind of holds your hand in that sense if you know when there's combat. Which is fine. Now there's times, like now he's walking slow, I can't make him run. You see it changes to this perspective. Now most of what you've seen so far has been a fixed camera angle and you can freely turn your head. Now in this mode, it makes him move a little bit slower, you're more zoomed into him. Graphically, you see more of his artwork and everything. But also, as I turn my head, see he will turn his head, which is sort of a neat effect. And it moves a little bit slower because now the camera angle that you're seeing is flying and there's always the risk of motion sickness. So those creepy things are up there. And again, the detail they've created in this world is pretty damn good. Let's torch this. So now I'm back to the fixed camera angle, and I can run and I can move about a bit quicker. And another one of these assholes. Alright, I'm learning how to take them out quicker. Learning their combat structure. Attack, roll. Oh, he got me? Oh, come on. So looking at these guys up close, the combat may be a little bit tougher in some ways. But they have a good kind of sliminess to them that's pretty cool looking. Experienced some slowdown there, which is not something that's ever happened in a VR game for me. Getting greedy. Oh, what? Die, creature. So yeah, it's pretty good character design on those things. So there's also one of the other things I want to point out is that there's a lot of life to the environment, and you can see all the dust and settlement. It's kind of raining outside, and things are just always crumbling, and it's nothing that is so amazing and groundbreaking, but it adds a little bit of life to the world. Whoa. Let's do whatever that is. Oh, just setting the torch. So there's this spirit thing. And drop down. And more combat. Nope. Okay. is... It's making me walk. Oh, perspective change. Something is not right. I can hear this thing in the 3D audio. So if I look, he looks. Now, if I remember correctly, Kratos in Run. Oh, it is letting me run. Aha, the big guy. This looks so damn cool. Looks like it doesn't want me to battle him yet. Ouch. So you're in this sort of dream endless circle, and it's basically you and the Minotaur, and every time he kills you, he sort of gets stronger. Now, I think that's just narrative. I don't think that actually translates to any actual game mechanic where he's stronger. Looks like I'm hurt. So I am going to cut this off here. Let's bring Theseus up here. And this is a game, I will say it's worth checking out. I don't know what the price is going to be, but it's probably worth a little bit heftier of a price tag compared to your average PS VR game. This is almost, seems to me, something that they possibly could have released retail. I haven't seen any indications they're going to do so. So depending on price really will set my recommendation. I'm enjoying my time with it. I think a lot of console gamers that don't mind playing with the gamepad here will really like this game. I think it's not reinventing any kind of wheel, so to speak, in terms of gameplay, because again, it is with just a gamepad. But being in VR, and if you have a PlayStation VR and you're a fan of it and you want to use it, and maybe you want to take a break from playing Super Hot or Arizona Sunshine, then this is a good choice to kind of complement that lineup. So if you like what we're doing, make sure you hit the subscribe button below. Check out our podcasts. It is on iTunes, and I'm pretty sure I don't have an Android phone, but I believe we have it up on the Android podcast depot, whatever that is, Android Play, I think. And check us out and listen to the show. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Later.